We can wait, I guess.
Okay.
All right, we can come back to that.
Yeah.
Once you come back, we'll pick it.
Let's go on to new business and we'll pick a date when Barbara comes back.
Last year we received a letter from a gentleman named Charlie Martyr from Bridgehampton, New York. He is a property owner in Lubec, and in New York he's a very successful businessman. He had a number of charities that he wanted to donate to last year, including a $2,000 donation to the Lubec Senior Fuel Fund, and this year we received notice that he made an additional $2,000 donation to the Lubec Senior Fuel Fund.
Wow.
Last year I sent him a thank you and a note of appreciation for myself as the town administrator, but I thought this year, where it was the second donation in a row, I'd like to send a letter from the selectmen.
We can make a motion that we send him a letter of appreciation.
Second that motion.
Second that, but I have a few typos that should be fixed.
No.
What you got? Typos?
Yeah.
She's got it.
Just there.
Sorry.
You should be.
Okay.
Come in early.
You could send it out, but
Well.
I guess in a prior life I was an English teacher.
Why don't we go ahead and approve it, and if after John fixes or has the typos fixed, we could, as we're coming in to the town office, just sign it, and once he gets all our signatures, send it out. Is that agreeable with everyone? And that way we don't
We've
hold it
already
up.
approved it to sign it, and if
Right.
that's fine with me.
Because we don't want to hold it up. That's a generous donation.
Very generous.
So we're very appreciative. And we also want to thank the people who did Polar Dip, because I understand the funds from that.
Can I see that marked up copy?
Senior fuel fund as well.
We are probably at between $1,100 and $1,300
Wow.
at
Nice.
last count,
That's
and
wonderful.
monies were still coming in. So
Oh, cool.
we had 12 dippers, and everybody had a good time. Wanted to thank Coville's for sponsoring it again. Water Street Tavern opened up special so people could go in and warm up and have some chili if they wanted some
Oh, that's nice.
hot cocoa. And a lot of people were very generous that day.
Very nice.
And we'll do it again next year.
Do you have a list of the people who participated, the people who did water?
I do not, but I think John does.
You've done?
I did, I'm not sure.
Could you provide it to John?
I'm gonna put a thank you, and list everybody and put it on the local channel.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want a copy of that? Get a copy.
Put it on TV.
Yeah, I'll send a copy.
Okay.
That list was provided by Tina Wormel.
Oh. She was one of the dippers.
No, she was.
No, she
She
wasn't.
was the admin to make sure.
Oh,
I had
she was
waivers
the-
for everyone to release liability, so I made sure that the town and everyone were off the hook in case anything were to happen. I'd like to thank Danny's EMS for being on hand to help us
Yes.
out, just in case. But other than a few cold toes, I think everyone made out okay.
Okay, so we'll complete this as we come in. Okay? We don't want to hold it up till the next meeting.
No.
Because,
And again, thank you very much. Our seniors will.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, all we got was just made a motion, and I got a second, and then vote.
I second.
I tried, that's all I can do.
All in favor?
Thank you, buddy. It's on track again.
We need organization.
Right.
We just get excited for good causes and forget things.
Yeah,
Yes.
it happens.
And to have two donations right next to each other, the dip people who took the polar dip and this generous person.
I'd like to thank the people that ran around with buckets collecting the money while we were getting ready to dip. So Brenda ran around for probably an hour out in the cold.
Well, You'd probably have a much greater attendance if you did it in the summer.
And then what would we
It's not
call
the
it?
same
Justin?
I hope I
Try to make money for senior
There
citizens.
were people who
Summer
showed
fall.
interest in doing it every couple of weeks, and I
Oh.
said that I was good with once a year.
Next item of new business is just an announcement that 95% of the first half taxes have been collected. We'd like to thank the people that came in. Next item is the uniforms are in. They have been distributed to the employees. Those came in this week.
Public Works,
The uniforms,
sewer, and
recycling.
Recycling.
Yeah.
And the reason recycle is included is they also work at the sewer plant.
Right.
Yeah.
And they do get into chemicals.
Yes.
Recycling can be kind of dirty.
Good say
I think
recycling.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Recycling is not a clean job.
Yeah,
No.
Really
no,
like
it is.
glass and,
Glass, cans,
slimy things.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still a lot of material left in some of those plastic jugs.
right, and there's mysterious items that are there when they come in.
I had
Or-
asked John if, along with the uniform things, that we could get one of those large lidded plastic totes as a hamper. And then we need to figure out where that's gonna
Central
go.
location.
A central location so that the employees can put, because then the truck comes and picks up the,
Does the truck only come to one place, or?
well, do
Make
we
it
want them
easy.
riding all over town? And wouldn't it
Right.
be simpler to just have them go to one
It doesn't
spot?
cost us any extra,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, remember the vandalism thing, it's gonna be somewhere where.
Right.
Yeah.
What they'll do is they'll go inside and pick up the old ones and then drop
Yeah.
off the hangers of clean ones.
I've seen them hanging outside Randy Hall.
Randy Hall's, yeah, but he runs it.
It's early,
Establishment.
yeah.
Right.
Vandalism, not like.
They're
Just a
just
thought.
hanging on
It'd be better for each
hangers.
department because then they can figure that out amongst themselves.
Yeah,
I don't agree.
well, the only one that could get together
Because he comes in,
easily
no.
would be wastewater and recycle.
Right.
And then I think if we had them together
Barbara,
and
don't
then
go anywhere.
did public works separately.
If there was a glitch, if we did it in 3 different locations, and one they didn't pick up because they couldn't get in, those guys don't get some uniforms. That's,
Right.
so
Maybe we
one
can
spot,
make the treatment plant the collection spot.
You have a meeting with them
On Monday.
at the first, why don't you discuss it with
Yeah.
them?
I mean, this is, yeah, we just got the uniforms this week and it's gonna be something that's gonna evolve.
Yeah,
Find a place where, one, this truck can get in and get out of safely.
yep,
That's, to me, is the biggest thing against public works.
Right, 'cause it's a
Those
busy
trucks have
spot.
It's a busy spot, those trucks have a lot of blind spots, and you're probably not looking for somebody to come in behind you.
right.
right.
Who held it, the treatment
And
plant in a good place.
they need to understand that these are not
They could-
optional
they
as
could
well.
figure out a hamper, a hamper.
Yeah. From sleeping in the garage.
Okay, so
Okay.
we'll leave it up to John to
Okay,
figure it out
very
with them
good.
at their staff meeting.
Now that Barbara's back.
I apologize, I wanted to
No,
answer the problem.
Quite all right, we want to set a date for the joint meeting
Sure.
between the select board and the historical society,
May I
board
just-
of officers.
I was just gonna say, that's one of the questions I just asked Nick, and he said keep it at the officer's level.
Yes.
Who could work for that?
And
I'm available.
Justin's gonna spin his availability wheel, and we'll find out when this meeting's
So
gonna
we
be.
wanted you to spin your wheel to make sure
I'm
they matched.
available to whatever you have.
Okay, all right, Justin,
What
give it a
time of the
spin.
day is good for the historical?
I'll be there.
We wanna do it on the same day we have our select meeting? A
We
little
could do that, we could do it ahead of the selectmen's meeting.
That's fine.
17th works.
The
Okay,
Why
date,
don't we say
please?
the 17th
January 17th?
at 5 o'clock?
Oh, 4:30 maybe?
yeah.
Okay,
I think we
4:30?
just
a little
to give
time.
ourselves a little.
Good.
time.
If we,
All
that
right.
gives enough time. we
And
can
that
make
would be
this set.
here.
Yes.
Okay.
It's easier for you guys.
What
Easier for
time?
us.
It's at 4:30.
4:30.
So that's January 17th at 4:30 here at the town office.
Right. Joint meeting with the Historical Society and the select.
And the select board.
I will make it as soon as I can.
And that's fine. Are you okay with us starting before you
Oh,
get here, or
oh,
would
yeah,
you
yeah.
like it later?
No, that's fine.
Okay,
I have a meeting until 3:30, so I should be able to look it
Okay.
over.
okay,
We'll get some direction figured out and
okay.
some details.
If there's anything you think you need before the meeting, would you, someone please let me know so I can
Yeah.
gather it. Like I said, I gathered all the deeds and a timeline
Right.
of stuff, but I didn't know what else you might want since we had a meeting earlier.
Well, this may be the first of a couple of
That's
meetings,
okay.
which it seems like that would make sense in some of the things we may not have answers for, and we want to get back together and research, you know,
Mhm.
talk about it again. So, but this will be the first one. Good.
If the board would like me to attend that meeting, I could. I think in some ways it might be good for the two parties to get together, hash things out a little bit, see if there's some common ground, and then maybe questions would come out of that meeting, and maybe,
Probably the second meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. Thank you, Nick.
We don't wanna waste your
I
time with us.
appreciate it.
Right,
Going on.
arm wrestling.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you, safe journey home.
That door's locked. You can fix
Yeah.
that.
Nick,
Yep.
you can talk about that. Thank you.
There's
Save
a
you a walk.
ramp right there. Okay. So 17th, 4:30.
Would you object if I left, because I'm going to an AOS meeting up in Cal, up in Cal?
No,
Nope.
no.
Thank you very much
Thank
for your
you.
time.
For your
Thank
No,
you.
appreciate
Drive
it, Barbara.
Yeah, we appreciate it, brother.
The RLF board has a vacancy. The board discussed a number of names, including business owners in Lubec and business people. We talked to a number of them, and for one reason or another, a lot of them weren't able to make it, whether it was a meeting time, whether it was a position themselves. We did have a candidate that we talked to. His name is Cecil Morris. The RLF board is recommending to the select board for his appointment. He would be the 5th member of the RLF board.
With his position at the water company, does that cause any conflicts?
I've gone down and I've talked to Joe. Joe's assured me it would not cause a conflict. However, if it was an emergency, then Cecil would have to.
Yeah, which didn't
But,
know. It cause a conflict on our left side, not his work side.
No, it shouldn't. I mean, you know, we have members here that occasionally miss meetings for good reason, and.
And if there's like a conflict of interest,
People recuse
whoever would
themselves.
have to recuse himself.
Yeah.
That happens with the board members now.
Yeah.
If there's a relative or,
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Cecil Morris to the RLF board.
I second that, yeah. We all second it.
And
All
I
in-
thank him for his willingness to be
Yeah.
on
Yes.
board.
I know Cecil well, and Cecil's a.
Yep. A man of integrity.
Yeah, most certainly so, yes.
all in favor? While we're on the subject, the RLF had a meeting today, and we discussed having an annual report to the selectmen on the activities, and
Oh, good.
we will do that sometime in February. Probably John and the head of the RLF select board, which is Peter Boyce, will put a presentation together.
Nice if they could give us like a little press release we can put in our
Yes,
committee
that,
book.
yeah.
I can't remember the name off the top.
Annual report.
annual
There we go.
report,
There you go.
right.
Just an idea, man.
Oh,
It's
Who's on the right
it's
road?
been
Just
around a
didn't
long
get too
time,
far.
it's
Knock down
outlasted most of the RLF funds from the other towns. In fact, it's one of the few left. Most of them lend out their money, and that was the end of the fund. But
No, this one is in good hands, it's managed well, and
it's been going since, Peter thought 1983 or around there, so it's, we've had a few large loans that have been paid back,
yeah.
Yeah, it's been more successful than.
very much so,
Right.
yeah. When I worked at Machias Savings Bank, we did a survey of how many towns had them, and that was 10 years or more ago. At that time, there were 3 towns left,
Wow.
and most of them were
Little,
through.
yeah.
Yeah, one was Callis, one was us, and one I think was Cutler.
Wow.
Thank you,
But there were like 20 or 25 towns that received the
Right.
original funds, so.
so.
Okay.